Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about ankle mobility and specifically looking at ankle dorsiflexion, or the ability for the knee to travel towards the toes, or the foot to open up in towards the anterior tibialis. Okay. You want to find a board or a book, stack of pillows, anything that you can get yourself into this elevated foot position. You're going to have your heel down onto the ground. And the wiggle boards are good because it gives you the ability to see like where your foot goes when you go into dorsiflexion. So a lot of times people will pronate or supinate, excuse me, and lean to the lateral side of the foot here. So this gives you that feedback as to whether or not that's your case. Some people tend to go to the inside knee drops. So this just gives you an idea of kind of like what your body naturally does when you tend to walk, squat, go to sit down, anything like that. So what I want you to do is I want you to find the ball, lining up with the ball or just the center of the board here. And then you're going to very slowly start to just bend that knee. Now, if the knee starts to fall in, I want you to kind of turn it out a little bit or screw that foot into the ground, getting that little bit of twist and torque through the knee here, and then really start to sit into that stretch of the back of the calf, the Achilles, right? Because we're attacking the soleus here as we bend the knee, right? So this is the deeper part of the calf muscle that goes into that Achilles tendon that then wraps around that calcaneus. That tends to be pretty tight when we are lacking a lot of ankle dorsiflexion. So we're going to sit into this position here. I'm in a little bit of a quarter lunge. If you want a little more stability, you can bring your left leg forward. You just want to load this right leg, or the leg that you're standing on, in a way that is really just putting a good amount of pressure through the tissue. So as with all things, we're looking for about a 5 on the scale of 1 to 10 for the stretch sensation and or quote unquote pain level. You don't want too big of a stimulus here. You just want to be able to feel that stretch. Now, you may feel this in the quad a little bit. If you're feeling it too much in the quad, then you can definitely kind of sink back your hips just a bit and try to get into that posterior chain of your body, so you're transferring some of that hold or that load in there. Okay, now you've been here for a little bit. You're just going to take a nice big deep breath in. And then you're going to very slowly on the exhale start to grab the board with your toes, right? So we're trying to activate the under aspect of the foot here, okay? And then you're going to slowly build, pressing in through the ball of the foot. And then now that whole foot, really trying to activate that posterior chain, right? So you're going to build up that pressure. You're going to be pressing down, trying to keep the board nice and level. You're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then you're going to ramp that down very slowly, right? So feel those muscles relax. Okay, take a big deep breath in. And on that exhale, you're going to try to lift those toes up, trying to pull that knee deeper into that space. And then you're going to capture. So the focus here in this particular movement is to feel this anterior tibialis activate, pulling yourself deeper in. So you'll run that 2 times. So just 2 reps there. And then when you can come out, you're just going to come out very slowly, and then just let that ankle kind of open back up out of that dorsiflexion, because sometimes it can be pretty tender to try to move through that space. So just kind of wiggle the ankle around a little bit here. So the second round for these, for the dorsiflexion, is we want to go long tissue, right? So we want to get the knee locked out, and then leaning back forward. So this time you're going to bring that left foot forward, or whichever foot you're not working on, forward, and you're going to tuck your hips. And this is going to get you the stretch through the gastroc, or the upper aspect of the calf here. So once you've got that stretch, go ahead and level out your board, find your nice weight and load, making sure to keep the pelvis tucked, right? Because we want to keep this nice, good stretch going. If we tend to hinge at the hips here, we're not going to get the same stretch through the posterior chain. We want to activate the posterior chain, the glutes and the hamstrings here, to get them to actually pull against the amount of dorsiflexion that we're putting in the ankle, or conversely, the lengthening of the gastroc and the soleus here. So you're going to run the same pattern. You're going to take a breath in and out, trying to let that tissue relax. After about 5 good deep breaths, you'll take your big breath in. And once again, same process, grab the board with the toes, pressing down through the ball of the foot, trying to press through that whole foot, keeping that pelvis tucked. Don't lose that position. Just try to create nice activation through that whole leg here as you drive down, and then ramping that down very slowly. Once again, trying to just feel all the muscles slowly relax. Then taking a breath in. And exhale, you're trying to lift the toes up, trying to pull the whole body forward just a bit. Once again, focusing on that anterior tibialis muscle and leaning in just to capture that space. So you'll stay here for a breath or two, just letting the body kind of figure out what happened, why we're in this position, what the strain is. And then taking a breath. And on the exhale, just backing out very slow. And then once again, just kind of shaking out that foot.